Hey guys, John Moxley here, back with our playthrough of Dungeon Siege 3. So hopefully... Oh, hang on, Jack. Why don't you get in my lap, you silly cat? He was rubbing his face against the microphone a minute ago. Like, right when I started recording, he jumped up and he's like, oh, I need to get in there. I need to get in there. So now he's in the lap, which is... good. They were sleeping this morning while I made breakfast and everything, so now they're fully awake. Okay, where am I going? I'm going this way. Back to the Odo. Back to the Odo. Okay, could you lay down, my little cat? No? Rubbing your face against the speaker now? Okay.
We are not alone.
No, we aren't. Okay, please do not move the mouse or anything. Actually, with this game, I don't think it's bad.
You are finished.
Yep. No enemies that want to get blowed up? I guess not. That's okay. So I'm hoping everything looks good this time. Like this playthrough, or episode, whatever. I started recording a minute ago and it was like, oh, recording encoding is overloaded or something like that. Which, the only other time I've seen it was when I was doing the, Dishonored. For whatever reason. And the only thing I can gather is, like, right now I'm uploading some episodes, like today's episode or whatever, on to YouTube, as I don't know why I'm punching the dude. Like, I'm uploading to YouTube at the same time, and so that's the only thing that I can gather. But it hasn't done anything bad previously. I have a suspicion that it's Firefox. Small silver bar. Pick up some gold. So lately my screen has been like flickering black. Not just randomly. It happens like with certain videos and certain GIFs or GIFs or however you pronounce them. And so I'm like, what the hell is going on with this thing? I have to fix it because it's some sort of legitimate issue. Like, it's not my screen going bad as far as I could tell or anything. And so it has to do... Oh. Well, there's the jackal. It actually has to do with the hardware acceleration that Firefox uses. Like, it's not great at it or something, I'm not sure, but so I turn that off and my screen doesn't flicker anymore, which is nice. I don't know, some sort of weird issue. Oh yeah, and you can see the ring around the stuff, like the little benefits that you're getting. Oh, we get a new ability. Right. Okay, so last time we got Barrier Field. Eventually we'll get all of them. Enemies are gradually injured as long as they remain in the circle. This might be awesome, actually, because... Oh, so it leaves behind a decoy image, but the empowered version is a lure, which is... That's what you want. Empowered causes increased damage over time, stuns any enemies in its area when first summoned. And then, of course, some of these... I'll just get this one. When I've used him as my party member before, I think this always looks cool. I think. Okay, so we have Clockwork Trap, which has some slowing. Lightning Strike, which is... Ironically, I don't want to use it now because it's fully mastered. Geometry of Annihilation might be good. Remains in effect for 2 additional seconds per rank. Or enemies hit by it are slowed by 5%, and allies in the circle gain 5% per rank agility bonus. Oh. This, I think, would be good, actually. Because you slow the enemies down so they take more damage while they're in there. Conversely, we do more damage because we get more critical hits. Let's put one in here and see what that does. Then, losing attack power. See, that would actually be fairly decent. Where are you going, Jack? You want to get on the chair? Okay, good. Onto the back of the chair. And these are still not opened yet. But that's okay. Yeah. Now her, she can hurl a spear, set her weapon ablaze. They don't really use these skills, but they'll happily use all of the other ones. So we'll go with the spear. And then we got to put it into... Oh, jackals. Good. Let's see. Let's do spear, because she seems more about the ranged attacks. 5% chance per rank to suffer a 3-second stun. That's pretty good. Agility is applied to block, stun enemies. Oh, for critical hits? We'll just do the will. Alright. So this seems to take... Punch! Punch everything! There we go, that's pretty good. Makes it a little hard to see the enemies, but seems to last a decent amount of time as well. But yeah, anyway, the encoding thing might be because of Firefox, like, taking more processing power, because it's putting it, instead of on the graphics card, it puts it on the... Oh, and it casts it. It doesn't, like, put it where I am. And also, it does not last very long. I keep switching back and forth by mistake. Come on, little spiders. There we go. Oh, I'm slowed. I was like, why is my... I was like, why am I moving slower than normal? And then I saw the stuff over the head. Another spider over here. Nope, this way, spider. Oh, that was the spear. She just used it. That's cool. It's kind of weird a little bit. I'll just save over this. Oh, here comes Manny. It's a little weird because it's like you watch some YouTubers or some people and they're like, wow, that's the most amazing, and they're like obviously super pumped up over... Do you want to get in my lap, Manny? Here, come on. Come on. Or are you going to jump over to the chair? Here, into the lap. Come on. There we go. See, Manny likes being in the lap. I mean, Jack does too, but he likes to stand. Manny likes to lie down and pass out. There we go. Oh, so good. All right. All right. No, but there will be some people that are like just super overwhelmingly excited about everything. You know, and I used to watch some of them at first. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Maybe Markiplier, but he still seems fairly genuine. But you just watch him and you're just like, okay, you're faking it. And that's kind of a drag. Determined. Okay, agility and stamina are down. Will, armor, block. I'm gonna keep what I have. What about Angeli? Nope.
I've heard stories about the Causeway Gates, but I've never seen one before.
There you go. Now you have. Alright, so sell this. Oh, did I just sell... Wait, hang on. Yep. Okay. It didn't have a face, so I didn't want to... There we go. I didn't want to sell it because... You know, we don't have that person yet. And I do recommend just holding on to, like, gold items as well, or... Like this one has, like, a red outline. It's a quest item or whatever. Like, it was a quest reward or something. So, you know, you may as well hang on to it. I think with Katarina, I was using it for a while. Alright, so let's talk to Odo. Yeah, like I was saying, I think I finished my thought, but I don't, just to be sure, I think Firefox is just using more processing, and that's why the encoding for OBS is probably less. But it's, I don't know, I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it if I can just... You know, it's like the monitor is turning off and on really fast. It's really annoying. But it doesn't happen all the time. Only with Firefox. So there you go.
Asunai's blood. You look different somehow. Changed.
You found the tree, didn't you? And something more. What did you see in that forest?
So questions typically... I want to say I met a child, but I want to ask him first. I'm hoping we can ask him this and then say I met a child.
How do you know about the tree? You weren't there when the Legion fell.
Saw it in a dream. A lot of us have seen it. Even the young, the sons and daughters of Legionnaires, who were barely born when the Legion died.
At the foot of the tree, I spoke to a boy.
Golden hair, piercing eyes, kind voice, but far too old for his age. Stories of that boy go back to the first conclave, and that's 1,000 years, maybe more. The Radiant Youth, they called him.
He gave me the power to open the causeways. In return, he doesn't want anyone to set foot in the Mournweald ever again.
No one at all. But why not? What does he fear?
You think the child fears something? Or someone?
He's not afraid for his own sake. That child is more than he appears. He could be trying to keep us safe. Still, why forbid anyone from entering the forest?
So you've met the child before? And Martin, you've met him too? No, not me. I've only heard stories.
No one's seen him in a long time. Not since the old Legion fell. We never knew why he left us.
So originally, I believe, if you don't pick Reinhardt as your character, you meet him in Stonebridge, I think, where he tells you he had a dream of the Radiant Youth. And it told him to find you, or something.
The boy didn't tell me his name.
No, he never does. And he takes different forms. He doesn't look the same to everyone. The boy, that's an auspicious form. Speaks of new beginnings, rebirth. Same form that the first Legionnaires saw back in the days of the Founding. Most Legionnaires see the warrior, but I saw the boy too. Wondered what it meant back then.
So he has multiple forms. That's cool.
If I can open the causeway, we shouldn't wait any longer. Let's take back the town.
He's right, Odo. We can think on the boy's words later. Now's the time to strike.
When you reach the other side, you'll find yourself in a crypt, I think. Should be in the town graveyard. Head west, straight for the main square. Rajani is probably holed up inside the town hall. Take her alive if you can.
Is Martin well enough to fight?
I've already told Martin. He's still in no condition for a pitched battle.
No, but we can't leave the villagers to fend for themselves. I'll do what I can to protect them, try to get them to safety. Maybe distract some of the other Leskanzi too, the ones outside the town.
The causeway. When I'm inside, what can I expect?
In my day, they were safe, but no one's walked those roads in years. Try not to look down. That's the best advice I can give. Eyes ahead and keep moving no matter what you see.
I don't remember if there's enemies in the causeway or not. I don't think so.
Any idea how many Leskanzi are inside the walls?
Half their forces, maybe. But they won't be ready for you, not at first. They'll be scattered, confused.
Anything else I should know?
The Boyar. Lazar Basili. They're probably holding him in the town hall. Once you've dealt with Rajani, don't forget to set him free.
Remember, we're the Legion. We will overcome.
All right. But the point I was making about the some YouTubers and content creators that make the stuff seem fake, like I can't do that. I don't like feeling fake. You know what I mean? And, you know, maybe that'll mean I never get super popular or anything. I'm okay with that. It's I don't want to sell my soul, you know? So, I mean, if I'm excited, you know, it's one thing to actually be excited and then another to fake it entirely. I have no problem trying to be, because normally I'm a little bit like, just from, you know, sleeping poorly. So I have no problem necessarily, like, trying to have more energy. There's nothing wrong with more energy. It's just when everything's amazing, everything is this and this and that. After a while, especially if you watch somebody, you can kind of tell when they're faking it and when they're not. And so I'm just like, you know, if I notice that you're starting to fake it or whatever, it just doesn't feel right to me. So anyway, that's my thing. I'll try not to be fake. That's what I want out of this. So, yeah. Open the causeway. Objective completed. Now you can just walk through. Rukenval Causeway. Rukenberry Pie. So here's the world. Don't look down. It's like volcanoes and stuff.
how did the Legion find their way here?
That is a great question. Great question. Alright, we have a save point right here. But we won't use it. Where are we supposed to go? That way? Okay, which means we're definitely going to try and explore these other ways. That's kind of cool. The paths form underneath you, sort of. Alright, got some new gear. We'll check it out real fast. Headband of Rage. No. Steadfast Dynamo of Rage. Let's see. Attack and block to lose will and Chaos Vampire. I'm going to say no. Because I don't really do block. I'm sure it helps, don't get me wrong. I try and dodge a lot. But yeah, just sitting there and blocking, no. Okay, so this way is sealed, or, you know, the path itself won't form for now. Which means that probably... Typically how it works is it means there's another causeway gate over there that you can take later. Because the causeways is kind of your fast travel system. Like, it connects all of the different areas you're going to go to. Gundrick Mausoleum.
This mausoleum belonged to the Gundricks, an old and unlucky family.
Hang on. Items. Oh, right, we can transmute stuff, right? Oh, but that's into gold. Where were the plot items? Maybe we don't have them. Toggle stats. I see. Because we've gotten both now, right? We've gotten both rings, which means we can go to the Hero's Crypt. But maybe that's a quest. That might be a quest for later. We'll see. And of course, we want to break any pots that we find. But no, I'm still going to try and entertain and stuff. I don't want to be boring, but I'm not going to... Aye. Holy crap. That is bad. Those things are bad. Ouch. Okay, at least I'm at like full... I heard something. Oh, that's her jackal. Well, okay. Let's go and explore down here. And that was a gargoyle up there, wasn't it? Well, that kind of worked a little bit. See, those guys basically want to hang back, and that's really annoying. And try and pick up stuff as soon as you can, because I believe it does like to disappear. Not sure if everything disappears, but you know. Man, I can never finish a thought. I get distracted too easily. But anyway, the thought that I wanted to finish was that, yeah, I don't want to, I want to have energy, but I don't want to fake it. You know, so I guess maybe there's a fine line. I'm not sure. yeah, I want you guys to be entertained, but I don't want to lie or fake it or anything like that. That's why it really kind of irritates me a little bit. Okay, I thought this might be one. There's secret passages, occasionally. Corset of the Royal Consort. That's for Katarina. This sarcophagus is empty. The intended occupant was never buried here. But yeah, I don't want to lie or do anything like that. Well, okay. Yeah, and this thing makes it really hard to see where the treasure and stuff is. Inscription reads, "Here lies Raymond Gundrick, first Lord Gundrick, inducted into the Legion and granted noble title in the year 839. So we're basically grave robbers. Which is kind of messed up. But they're dead, and I need the stuff. I'm trying to save the Legion, man. Oh, that's the causeway. I was like, what's that bright light? Okay, Locus of Quickness. Now that we've gotten some more stuff. Attack and Agility. Ooh, that, but this has Chaos Vampire, and man, I'm gonna stick with the little bit more rare one. Tough Pants of Rage. Lose stamina, will, and armor to get block and attack. No. We'll switch to Angeli. Breastplate of Resilience. 1 armor, but block. I don't know if she blocks. Determined Bracer. Lose will, gain block. Enervating Spear. Extra agility. Chaos weakening. Agility is pretty awesome. We lose attack. Doom is only works like occasionally. So we'll switch to it. Not happy. Not happy about switching to it, but you know. Alright, moving on. Moving on. Yeah, so it was kind of interesting after the last episode. Or the last published episode, I should say. Which I think was probably 4. Like, this is 7 or 8. But after 4, the guy ended up beating Rajani, which I think I mentioned, but like, I'm trying to be a little bit more supportive and stuff. Like, I think I've mentioned, you know, that for me the big gain from this is, you know, improving my character and becoming a better person and all that. How do you tell where the hidden passages are? That one I had known about because I accidentally hit it in a previous game, but it's been a while. I think there's others, but I don't remember. But like, there's 4 different types of communication, essentially. There's, you know, whether it's constructive or destructive, you know, basically supportive or tearing them down. And then, whether it's all about them or all about you. You know, and you kind of mix and match those. So I'm trying to be more... excuse me. Let me grab some coffee real fast. I'm trying to be more constructive while also keeping it about the other person. Like, it's kind of my natural tendency to be like, you know, that's great, I remember when I beat Rajani and blah blah blah. So it's like, you're still constructive, but you're making it about oneself instead. So we're in the graveyard. Remember where we saw someone was waiting for their sister to come back or something? Like they were in the graveyard gathering corpses or whatever, or minions.
Die and be judged.
Okay, so that's not super great as far as... But yeah, it was basically like, how do I be supportive while still... I don't know if I'm making sense. Be supportive while also not making it entirely about them, if that makes sense. It's not making sense. Let me see if I can make it. It's like a lot of people typically have this thing where there's the whole phrase like, don't light yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. And I think a lot of us have problems with that because, you know, we're either people pleasers or we care about people. Man, there goes the jackal. What are you fighting? Oh, there we go. And so for whatever reason, a lot of people, you know, focus on the other. They focus on other people instead of on themselves. And so that's kind of, like in communication, that's kind of my question is, how do you be supportive while also not... I don't know if I'm making any sense. Like not sacrificing yourself, not making it always just about the other person. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. I'm working on it still. But, anyway, those are my thoughts. Oh, I can't. I was like, I want to use my thing. That kind of works, though. Because it hit the archer, and the archer was just kind of standing still. Oh, there goes Jack. Yarg. Bunch of dudes. That guy is kind of tough. Now on the plus side, they're just taking damage. And that is awesome. That thing is awesome for dealing with ranged. Did you see that? They're all toast. Making sure I'm not missing any pots or chests or anything else. And we'll do a little bit of healing right there.
What in the Dark Sister's name? Are you some ghost of the Legion, here to avenge your comrades?
We'll be generous and say surrender.
Abandon the town, and I'll let you live.
Surrender. Silly Legionnaire. You are vastly outnumbered. How can you hope to best us when the dead themselves answer our call? Kill them!
Because I have the power of science, bitch. Wait, was that chest? Okay, yeah, I got it. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Let's heal a little bit.
Match yourself against this Wisconsin magic.
Okay, I'll punch you with my giant metal fist. Okay, so that, you know, I can't use it. But it's alright, I can just... We should probably try and get to her, though, because if she drops something, I want to make sure I can get it.
Against this Wisconsin magic.
Plus, you know, we can just punch her.
Tear them to bits.
And then we'll do a little bit of this. There we go. And I believe that's all the stuff. Alright, Circle of Healing, Lightning Strike. I like this. I like it a lot. I'm gonna put another... I just whacked myself in the face. I was gonna scratch part of myself, like the side of my head, and I just reached up too fast and whacked myself. Let's do this. That way they're slowed a little bit more, and we get more of an agility bonus. And yeah, they're still able to attack, so that's a really good thing for like bosses and stuff. I think we'll do another point in here. I'm liking that Geometry of Annihilation. And her... I feel like I should put points into this in the event that she does use it, but I don't know if she ever does. Summon Jackal is, I think, fire form. And she does do this. This will help her get more health, just in general. Let's do that. Because she just sits in it. Well, alright then. Onward. We should be able to get to Rajani. Alright. Pants of Vengeance, Retribution, Stamina, Will and Armor, or Resilience, which is Armor, Block, and Agility. I'm gonna go with Vengeance. Pants of Vengeance. Okay, Life-Stealing Agony, that seems good. And then, Armor, Block, and Retribution. Yes, absolutely. But yeah, I'm still, I don't know. Like I mentioned, I'm trying to be a better person, so... Well, that was... They got here too fast. Vogomel. Oh, she's doing a little dodge kick flips or whatever. I don't know. Oh, there we go. So he might be regenerating.
You are finished.
Upper Raven's Rill. So there's definitely going to be more people, more enemies. But we'll, you know, we'll defeat them and then move on. Just make sure to keep an eye out for treasure chests and stuff. Just like there's one up there. Any over here, though? No, not that I can see. Man, that, like, killed them right away. And that didn't work as planned. I wonder if it still counts towards mastery, though. Like, I felt like maybe it had to hit. Yeah. Whoa, just punched that dude in the sky. That's what happens. Have you seen this fist? Man, you know what game I do want to play that this does kind of remind me of a little bit is,
Rajani is close. I can feel her eyes upon us.
it's, Baten Kaitos. It's like an RPG with, like, you know, cards or deck-based mechanics. And, it's pretty awesome. More peeps. Merrick. Well, in the meantime, we'll try and grab any loot. Oh, and that guy has his aura. I don't think they told us about auras. Maybe we, his aura, like, takes focus. So we'll just whack people. You know what I should do is like this. If I could move. Wow, just not even touching the aura, like it was hitting me without being near it.
Die and be judged.
That's right. Okay, so she's running around grabbing the extra gold, which is super handy. Let's equip any new stuff. Determined Moebius, no. Stamina and armor, eh. Valor, stamina, momentum, eh. Chimera of quickness, reinforced vest, eh. Determined shoes, will and block, no. Breastplate of resolve, no. Save again. So this is Rajani. She is a real pain in the Botox. Let me take a drink of my coffee first. But I am super glad that I think it was Rudin beat her, because she is tough. And that was my thing, because my immediate response was like, oh man, you know, I remembered when I beat her and how great that was. But that's like, no, that's not supportive enough. And then I'm like, well, wait. I don't always want to be giving. Like, I don't want to constantly be giving of myself. Like, there needs to be, like, real humans. It's more of a give or take. It's not like, let me support everything that you do all the time. Because I've done that in the past, and you get some really shitty people coming out of the woodwork to take advantage of that. You know, and then also you become like a crutch that other people lean on, or they only want to be around you because they know you'll back them up or whatever, and then, you know, maybe they feel bad, so they come to you and they get their, you know, their wounds licked or whatever, and then they go away and shit talk you or whatever, and you know, so it's just like, you have to be pro yourself. You have to take care of yourself first, but at the same time, it's like, I do want to be supportive, so that's, you know, I don't want to give too much, but also I don't want to not be supportive and come off sounding like a dick. I don't know. I hope I'm making sense. It's not... There's probably a way easier way to say it, and I'm just like, you know, thinking it over too much. I don't know. Let's fight Rajani.
The girl. I know her. Is this some kind of ruse?
Me? You're mistaken. We've never met.
Whatever illusions you've spun, you won't break my resolve. Not even with such a cruel trick. My lady charged me to stop you, and I will not fail.
Yeah, so immediately she casts... She has a lot of the same things that,
Now I finish what my lady began.
She has a lot of the same abilities that Angeli has. Ouch. And that does hurt a lot. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do, but I wanted this. But yeah, you have to, best to stay back. So if you have to, you know, you can kind of let Anjali or whatever, fight her while you just kind of run. So I'm wondering if I'm getting healed because she's taking damage and the vampire thing is taking an effect. See? That was like her stunning spear or whatever. Ouch. No, get into the center of it. Come on, this way. There we go, that helps. So I believe she has a second form as well.
I will not fail, my lady.
So it's... yeah, I mean, just kind of... Is she about to start nuking the crap out of everything, or do we need to beat her first and then that happens? Ouch. Ah, man, she kicks me far. On the plus side, we're not doing too bad. We just gotta keep... run away, keep healing. Cast a little clockwork trap. Yep. So she's not... yeah, she definitely has a second health bar or something like that. But you know, we're kind of at the point where we're like, just whittle her down. And that hurts.
Righteousness shall be your doom. You'll not defeat me so easily.
Oh yeah, okay, here she goes. Now she's in her fire form. Kind of like Angeli has. we're gonna use our thing.
My lady began.
So yeah, and then dodge. Oh crap! See, that wasn't good. Because she doesn't teleport as much as she moves up and then drops down.
You are traitors, nothing more.
All right, and I thought the that thing would have landed on her, but no, the geometry of annihilation or whatever. That, on the other hand, will help. Let's just get close and punch her a bit.
I will not fail, my lady.
And I think I'm taking damage just by being next to her also. That's okay. Wait. Oh, because I'm not on the right mode. Got it. I was like, why is it not trying to cast that thing? And oh, there she goes. She's up again. Ouch. I'm taking some damage. Ouch. Now there's more of them. Like, as she's getting damaged, I think she's doing more of those fire pillars or whatever.
Now I finished what my lady began.
Nice. That auto-targeted her.
But she won't wait for some time. We should look for Odo's friend, Lazar.
Not dead, but she won't wake. We should look for influence gained, Angeli. Deed gained, celestial ally. There you go. I believe you get a... I believe there's a, what was it? Achievement for beating her without dying. Let's check out our deeds. Let's see. Celestial ally, you've earned the trust of the Archon Angeli. Right, because her influence must have hit a certain point. Alright, so he's that way, so we're going to check this way instead. That's how it works. Kingdom of Ebb is home to a wide variety of monstrous spiders. For this, most scholars blame the evil Sek, who tried to seize control of this land before the founding of her kingdom. During the Imperial era, the Sek were well known for breeding giant and intelligent arachnids. The so-called Arakun spiders generated silk that was prized across the Empire, and their eggs were priceless delicacies amongst the aristocracy. Male spiders were often trained and sold as guard animals, fetching 100 gold coins or more for a single arachnid. When the Sek came to Ebb, they brought their spiders with them, housing countless thousands in the ancient ruins of Western Cross. The Sek were defeated by the Legion, but some of their Arakun spiders inevitably escaped, and their descendants are still with us. They've interbred with native spiders, creating larger and more intelligent hybrids, while retaining the advantages of both species. Females that are allowed to survive and flourish can grow to monstrous size, especially in remote regions like the Rukenval. Like that one that we killed, the white spider. Alright, Determined Bracer. Best of Protection. Why can I not? That's weird. Is there something on the ground? Oh, that's... Oh, seriously? No, wait, what is this? Oh, it must have been because she was there, and I couldn't go through her, but also I couldn't go through the logs. I don't know. It was just weird. We will definitely save, though. Just gonna rub my character against all the bookshelves, make sure there's no books that need to be read. That's how that works, you know. If you need to know if there's a book you haven't read, just rub yourself against the bookshelf. Oh, and she's different looking now. Her outfit has changed. I love that. Like, you don't understand how... Like, it's the most simple thing, but... You know, what I grew up with was, that didn't happen. It was just your character looked the way they looked, and that was how they looked throughout the entire game. And that was it. You know, it didn't matter if you equipped your guy in full plate mail from head to toe. He was still the little, you know, farm boy wearing a... You know, wearing a t-shirt and, using a little pitchfork to attack with or whatever. So these open the doors. Okay, move. Thank you. I'm trying to remember if there's actually anything in these things aside from... Oh, it looks like a lower entry right here. Uniquely among human cultures, Versk tradition insists that humanity can trace descent from the beasts of old. In those days, say the tales, there were no bears, no wolves, no lions, only a vast family of beasts who could change their forms at will. According to these legends, the creator gods decided to appoint seneschals amongst the beasts to enforce their will. These were the first Dakinware. But the gods soon realized that although the Dakinware would listen to their commands, they did not carry them out, allowing the beasts to do whatever they liked. So the gods revoked their favor from the Dakinware and created human beings to impose order upon the world. And men dutifully separated the beasts into breeds that were separate and distinct, forbidding them from changing their shapes and bringing order to the natural world. The Dakinware were cast out at the command of the gods, and they retreated into the remotest wilderness, where they gazed upon men with hate. Well, it's not super nice. And nothing in here. Let's see if we can talk to him. Nope, we gotta open the door first. Well, that works.
Thank you. I heard the commotion upstairs. That woman! She's not dead?
We'll say Rajani is alive. I think let's go ends the conversation, but this could as well. We'll take that risk.
Rajani is beaten, but she isn't dead.
Well, we shall soon remedy that. How dare she march an army into Ravensrill and murder good sons of the Legion? I'll see her hang!
You're Lazar Basili, the boyar of the town?
Boyar is an old and stuffy title. Lazar is fine, especially among friends.
Oh, right on.
You're the only prisoner? Rajani didn't lock anyone else down here?
With Lascanzi walking the streets? No need. My people fear the Witchmen. They're the villains of every bedtime story. And most of those stories are true.
Alright, let's go.
We should get back upstairs.
Quite right. Before Rajani wakes.
Alright, Lazar is rescued. And now he'll kind of run this way. New objective, talk to Rajani. So we're about to be given a choice that will affect the ending of the game. To be fair, though, I don't think I've ever... I'll just overwrite this save. I think I always make the same choice, and I'm okay with that.
The town is ours. They're fleeing into the woods in total disarray.
What about Rajani? You saw how she fights. She calls fire at will, and her eyes, they're like mine.
Who are you, girl? You look like someone I knew. You speak with her voice. But that woman is dead and gone.
Anjali is one of us, a child of the Legion, like me.
My friend speaks the truth, Rajani. Whoever you think I am, you're wrong.
Or perhaps you're a false prophet meant to lead me astray. If you fight for the Legion, you're an enemy. Nothing more.
Interesting. Religion.
The Legion's done nothing to you.
My lady has told me of the Legion's crimes. She defeated you once, and she'll defeat you again.
Jane Cassinda, the old enemy. 30 years on and she's still hunting the Legion.
And why should she not? You're traitors, kingslayers, murderers.
So, we have basically two choices. What do we do with Rajani, or Rajani dies now? Who are you, or murderers? I'll ask murderers first, because it's the most natural flow. Also, we got an influence gain for saying that Injali was a part of the Legion.
Kingslayers? Murderers? What does she mean?
Lies. Stories that the old king was murdered by the Legion. That's how Jane Cassinda turned the people against us. She claimed that the Legion betrayed its oath, tried to seize power for itself.
They're not lies. My lady spoke the truth. But believe what you want.
How can we be a threat to you? We don't even know who you are.
She's an Archon. I know it sounds mad, but look at her. Just like the stories, only she's real.
So I assume it has to do with... I mean, they're real, and people should know, but it's kind of like religion, right? Like the higher-ups in the church kind of know the truth, at least in this world. And then, it's like Scientology, for example. You know, we all know about Xenu and the golden 747s that came from whatever planet he was, and the souls of prisoner aliens were put into the volcano, and now they possess us, or what? I don't know, but... And so we kind of ridicule all that stuff, but imagine if, like, the higher-ups in Scientology actually had proof that aliens existed. I don't think they do. You know, we've heard from people that have gotten to, like, the higher echelons, and they were like, really? But, yeah, so, I mean, who knows? That's kind of how this is, like, the higher-ups in the church, like Jane Cassinda, they know that Archons are real. Like, Rajani's an Archon. She serves Jane Cassinda.
What do these stories say about Archons?
They were divine messengers, heralds of the old creator gods. You see their pictures in books. Statues of them are supposed to bring luck.
We have to decide what to do with her. Suggestions?
She attacked a defenseless town, murdered your friends at the estate. Why are we discussing this? Kill her and let justice be done.
Wait. Listen to her words. She's misguided, confused. She fears us. Killing her wouldn't be justice. She's yielded. What if we set her free? Show Jane Cassinda that the Legion still has honor.
So this is something that they're kind of addressing right now, but you'll actually get more into later, is the tenets of the Legion. And that is kind of similar to the American Civil War, is that once you defeat your enemy, you know, the whole point is to reintegrate them. You know, one of the reasons Hitler came to power is because when the Germans lost in World War I, is because they basically, not tithes or reparations, all the countries were basically like, okay, we're going to take advantage of Germany now, and they basically made, they destroyed Germany's economy. They made everybody like super poor, and all this stuff. Hence the hatred of Jews, because the Jews owned the banks, and the banks were the ones that were making everybody homeless and dying and stuff like that. So they were basically like, well, we're gonna exploit the crap out of it. You lost, so you're gonna go work. You know, you're gonna be super poor, and it's, you know, and so that was what led Hitler to rise to power, because he's like, hey, screw this. We lost, but they're just, you know, they're tyrants, they're bullies, all that stuff. And people are like, yeah, I'm sick of being freaking miserable and stuff. It's like we lost, but that doesn't mean we deserve, for what was it, 20 years or 30 years or something? Like children were growing up and suffering because of that. And it's like, so you can't do that because of, it's not right, but also there's consequences. So this is kind of the same thing. It's like, well, she's beaten. Now what? What is the right thing to do? Of course, there's always the issue that she'll run back and re-become part of the army. And I think this actually affects your choice later in the game. I believe you meet Rajani again. And, I've always let her carry a warning. Right? I believe imprisoning her, she just melts the bars and escapes. Killing her, I don't know. I don't know what happens if she has to die. I don't think she actually dies. Maybe she does, but setting her free and carrying a warning is the same thing. I think. And imprisoning her, maybe she fights you later instead of allowing you to pass. I don't quite remember. And in fact, I don't even know if letting her carry a warning is the right, quote-unquote, right choice. We'll say set her free, because I'm going to be kind of bad as the Legion. Like, we already decided to keep Gundrick Manor. We're going to do something else later in the game that's kind of... I mean, all the choices are gray. None of them are good or bad necessarily, but this one is maybe a little bit of good without the threat. So we'll do this.
Rajani, you're free to go. We're not your enemies, and we never were.
You're mad. Now my lady will know your strength. Next time she'll send more of us against you. But if that's what you want, then I'll go.
I agree with the armored wench. You are mad, both of you, stark and raving.
No. We planted a seed. Now we wait and see how it grows.
He's right.
Come. We should return to the chapter house and decide our next move. Unless you still have business here.
No, I think we've picked up everything. This is just like before with the Heart of Nagog, it gives you the ability to go through the town and pick up any chests and stuff that you've missed, but we're fine.
I'm ready. Our business here is done.
Against the might of the 10th Legion, even the Archon Rajani could not stand. Jane Cassinder's lieutenant was vanquished. Her mercenaries' hold on the Rukenval broken. In times past, the Legion's judgment was merciful and fair, and you chose to spare her life. Who can say how an unexpected mercy might change an enemy's heart? As the folk of the Rill said about rebuilding, we prepared for our next move. Our old enemy was stronger than she had ever been, and she still plotted our demise. The Rukenval chapter house would not be our sanctuary, but a staging ground for what was to come. Martin tells me that Jane Cassinder was behind this. She acted fast. That means she's afraid.
Rajani was full of lies about the Legion. We set her free as a sign of goodwill. If we can make Jane see that she's wrong.
You're an idealist, Martin. Don't assume our enemies have honor. Least of all, Jane Cassinder.
Why is Jane Cassinder so determined to kill us?
The woman's a mystery. Always has been. As far as we know, she was raised by the Azanite Church. An orphan, maybe. Or a rich man's bastard daughter. Must have been 18, 19 years old when the king died. She paraded through the streets of Bisselberg, claimed he'd been murdered by the Legion.
Go on, or was she right?
Was there any truth in what she said?
No. My father would never have died for the Legion if he'd believed Jane's lies.
Some Legionnaires did believe. Bohemond of St. Ellis, Garin Marcel, prominent men. They renounced the Legion, stood by while the rest of us were hunted and killed.
Not everything is white or black. Some things are gray.
Why did anyone listen to Jane?
She was young, beautiful, full of passion. Spoke like she truly loved the king, but she couldn't have known him. Half the country was in love with her. A living saint, they called her. Still do out east where the church is strong. And people were jealous. We'd grown too rich and too fat. That was the Legion's sin, if you ask me.
So Jane turned the people against us. What then?
Jane had the church behind her. She raised mobs in the cities, Bisselburg first, and the towns of the east. Then Stonebridge, Glacier, everywhere else. In Stonebridge, the Legionnaires refused to fight, wouldn't raise their hands against the people, just stood there and died. Montbaron made his last stand here, in Rukenval. The people here stayed loyal, so Jane had to march an army north. You know how it ended.
It's kind of fucked that the people in Stonebridge just killed them. They're like, we're not going to fight. You know, it's like the Buddhist thing, like, kill us if you must. And the people did.
And you were the only survivor. How did you escape?
I don't die easy, and I don't believe in noble last stands. Far as I'm concerned, the war's still on, even if I'm the last soldier in the field, until I put a knife in Jane Cassinder's eye.
You're wrong, or I agree. But yeah, I do agree, actually, because she's still hunting people.
I'm with you. Jane will answer for every Legionnaire who died at her hand.
If Rajani was anything like her mistress, then force may be all that Jane Cassinder will ever understand.
You may all think me a fool, but I'll never agree that this has to end in blood. We're the Legion. We can find a better way.
It's nice that they have, like, multiple opinions. You know? He's like, no. He's like like, whenever there's a choice, it's always like, you know, I disagree or I agree. You know, multiple people are like, oh no, this or that. It feels real in that regard.
Our numbers are too few. Can we find more men and women of Legion blood?
Might be a few left. Not enough to build an army. But if we spread the word that the Legion has returned, we can rally Jane's enemies against her. We should start by reclaiming the Grand Chapter House, the old Legion headquarters in Stonebridge.
This is going a little bit farther than an hour, but it's okay. We'll finish this and then we'll save.
Have you heard any news from Stonebridge?
The city's still safe as far as we know. They have their mechanical army to protect them.
And there's no danger of Stonebridge allying with Jane. But you lived most of your life at the college, so you know that better than us.
So the Stonebridge chapter house is different than the others?
It's bigger, grander. They built it during our golden age after the heroes destroyed the Sec. We claim that chapter house, hang our banners out front, people will hear that the Legion's returned.
I grew up in Stonebridge, and I'm not sure they'll accept the Legion with open arms.
They might not welcome us, but they won't dare drive us out. 30 years ago, they betrayed the Legion, and they're still ashamed of what they did. They'll leave us alone, if only to ease their guilt.
How do we get to Stonebridge, then?
Stonebridge lies to the south and west, on the far side of the swamp. Lazar's people have repaired the bridge, so the road should be open again.
Martin and I will stay here for now. Help the locals rebuild.
We owe them. They've endured a great deal for our sake.
Must I travel alone? Can I travel by causeway?
We have a causeway gate here. Surely there must be another in Stonebridge.
There is, but it's shut. Montbaron ordered most of them closed to stop Jane Cassinder from using them against us. A causeway gate can only be opened from the outside, and only by a privileged few.
Why send me? we could all go together.
The Radiant Youth chose you for a reason. You're meant to lead us, not Martin, not me.
All right. I'll head south for Stonebridge.
Jane Cassinda controls most of the land between here and Stonebridge. Her soldiers wear the raiment of the Azranite Church. Avoid them if you can.
Once you're inside the chapter house, look for the Causeway Gate. Open it, and you can bring the rest of us through.
You're the vanguard of the Legion. All our hopes go with you.
Influence gained. Jolly. So let's save and then we'll stop. Oh, let me check the quests real fast. Also, something that was really that I liked a lot was examine. After you've reclaimed the chapter house in Stonebridge, you can start the DLC. Yeah, what I thought was really good was Odo was like, no, you're meant to lead the Legion, not me. Like, that's pretty awesome. That's that's really good. 'Cause it's not like, well, I'm in charge because I'm the oldest. It's like, no, man, you're the one that's meant to lead all this. So that's pretty nice. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. I really do appreciate it. Any questions, comments, concerns? Like I said, Rudin and a couple other people have done messages, and I'm glad to answer whatever I can and help however I can. So that's pretty awesome. That's part of the reason I got into this is the the community, the meeting other people, talking with other people about video games, which is what connects us. So yeah, anything you've got, let me know. What is your guys' unique positive moment for today? For me, it's... well, I mean... beating Rajani without dying. That's probably the... no, I guess technically it's the second time I've done it. But that was definitely the easiest that it's been. And we're on normal difficulty, so... that's something. But anyway, guys, that's my unique positive moment. Hopefully your guys is just as good, if not better. Hopefully better, of course. And I hope to see you guys next time. Till then, guys, take care.